Some friendships don't always start with small talk. They start with coffee and a song no one else was ever supposed to hear. Eddie pulled his old truck up the winding driveway just after sunrise. The house was exactly what you'd expect from a man who once changed the world. It was all glass and steel, perched on the edge of a California cliff, like it was daring the ocean to try something. Eddie grabbed his guitar case, took a deep breath, and walked to the door. A mutual friend had set this up. "Just go play for him," his friend said. "He doesn't have much time left." The door opened before Eddie could even knock. "You must be Eddie." The man welcomed him inside before he had a chance to respond. "The coffee's ready. Black, right?" Eddie stepped inside, suddenly aware of how scuffed his boots looked on the spotless white floor. "Yeah, black's perfect," Eddie replied, trying to sound more relaxed than he felt. "Thanks for having me over. I gotta admit, though, I'm still trying to figure out why I'm here." Harlan Voss gave a small chuckle as he led the way to the kitchen. "To be honest, I'm not sure either, but my friend said you play guitar like the world owes you something. So I had to hear this for myself." They both sat down, 2 black coffees steamed between them. The silence wasn't awkward. It felt full of quiet expectation. Eddie opened his case and pulled out the old Martin guitar he'd owned since the 90s. His fingers felt stiff. "I wrote this one back when I still thought I had a shot," Eddie said quietly. "I never really played it for anyone who mattered." He began to play. The song was called "Yesterday's Dream." It was a slow, aching ballad about roads not taken, stages he never reached, and the version of himself that gave up too easily. Eddie's voice wasn't polished, but it was honest, raw in all the right places. When the final chord faded into the morning air, Harlan Voss didn't speak for a long moment. He simply stared out at the ocean through the massive glass wall. "You wrote that?" Harlan finally asked, his voice quiet and genuinely moved. Eddie gave a half smile, a little embarrassed. "Yeah, back when I was young and stupid enough to believe it." Harlan studied him for a moment. "You know, you're in your early 60s. You're still breathing and you're still playing. That doesn't sound stupid to me." For the first time in years, Eddie felt like someone understood him. They talked for another 20 minutes. Nothing too heavy, just music, life, and quiet regrets. When Eddie finally stood up to leave, Harlan looked at him with new intensity. "So, what do you think? Same time tomorrow morning?" Eddie blinked, surprised at the request. "Are you serious?" Harlan gave a small, tired smile. "Yeah, I'm dead serious." Eddie didn't know it yet, but that first cup of coffee was about to change both of their lives and rewrite the rules of time itself. Because the man in that glass house had secrets far bigger than either one of them could imagine.